Okay, good day everyone. So from our previous discussion, we have discussed about the papers, no, regarding the QDE. Now we will go on to the writing instruments. So first and foremost, writing instruments refers to objects used in writing through the application of pressure to the writing ink or engraving. By the way, sana hindi ganun kaingay dahil napakamaulan ang setting. Okay, next. I First of all, I want you to please acquaint yourself with the anatomy of a ballpoint pen or the parts of the ballpoint pen. You want it more basic. So we have the tip. Wait, let's use a marker. Ballpoint. So we have the tip, the barrel kung saan nakalagay ang katawan, and then spring. Okay, some mechanism or some pens do not require pin, but instead uses a different kind of mechanism. This is the thrust device, the one that you click in order to retract the tip of the ball pen. The ballpoint tip, okay, consists of the ballpoint um, and the tip of the pen itself. Ink chamber, sometimes referred to as ink reservoir. Okay, please do take note of that. Ink reservoir. Let's see. Okay, I do not have any means to write it down. So sometimes it is referred to as ink reservoir or ink chamber. Next, so the pen came from the Latin penna, which means literally feathers. A device used to apply ink to a surface, usually paper, for writing or drawing. Historically, reed pens, quill pens, and dip pens were used. Ito yung mga sinasawsaw, dinidip, literal. Okay, and the modern types include ballpoint, rollerball, fountain, felt or ceramic tip pens. No, isa-isay natin yan. So what kinds or what kinds of pens are there? Okay, the early use of pens. The pen that were used specifically is the reed pen. Okay, the first writing tool that had the writing end slightly frayed like a brush. Ito po, yung patusok na part. Slightly frayed like a brush. So it came from a selected water grasses found in Egypt. So as you can remember, sa Egypt din po nangyari ay nanggaling yung origin ng not particularly the paper but the word paper itself, nagawa sa papyrus plant, no? Sa kanila rin po known nanggaling ang presence ng reed pen, which is derived from only bamboo-like grass. Okay. Next, about 2,000 years BC, this reed pen was first used in the Near East on papyrus and later on parchment. Okay, ito po yung mga historic na kinds ng mga papers, if you can remember. Okay. Next, quill pen. Based on the word itself, quill, it came from the feather of a large bird, preferably. Okay? Made from a molted flight feather. Ito pong ibig sabihin ng molted, no? Ang ibig sabihin po ng pag-mold ng feathers ng mga ibon is yung nagshe-shed. Same sa mga balahibo ng pusa, aso, ang tawag shedding. So sa ibon po is mold. Okay? When we say molted, tinukoy natin is yung nalagas na balahibo. Flight feather specifically refers to the feathers placed on the wings of a large bird. Ito po yung example niya. A molted flight feather. Next, dip pen, or aka also known as the nib pen. So bakit may nib? Ito po kasing part na to where the part that you dip in a ink bowl or bottle is called the nib part of the pen. Mainly consists of metal nib with capillary channels. Yung capillary channels po is the parang palubog niyang banda dito that serves like a canal for the ink, kung saan dyan na lang tatawid yung ink dahil yun ang lubog na part. So yun po yun yung tinutukoy dun sa capillary channels. Next, fountain pen. Itong fountain pen is a type of nib pen. Nib pen din po siya. However, fountain pen evolved to have its own internal reservoir, just like this in the picture. Now, as you can see, this part contains ink na po. Okay? Refilled manually o kaya meron pong tinatawag na cartridge kung saan na para siyang foam-like structure siya na nag-absorb ng ink as a cartridge. And then, pag ginamit mo yung pen, nagtutuloy-tuloy siyang, kumbaga nagdi-drip dito, papunta dito, downward yung ink. So, yun po ang pinagkaiba ni fountain pen. Again, type po siya ng nib pen. Kasi, nib din po tong part na to. However, you no longer need to dip it in a ink bottle or ink bowl. Instead, meron na po siyang internal reservoir, water-based liquid ink. Ano pa ba? Yun nga, some have removable reservoir. May pre-filled ink na. Parang katulad na rin ng mga modern types of pen ngayon. Okay? Again, fountain pen needs little or no pressure to write. Ito magaan talaga ang sulat dahil flowing naman ang ink niyan pagka nakaganyang posisyon. Next, the modern one, the ballpoint pen has an internal ink reservoir. So, ito na yung kinuha kong picture para alam nyo. So, this is the, yung hinihipan nyo pag wala ng tinta, yan po yung internal ink reservoir. It's filled with viscous ink that is dispensed at the tip during use by the rolling action small spear. So, kaya po ballpoint, literal po na may ball sa tip niyan. So, ganyan po ang itsura niyan. Yan. Kung i-maximize nyo, i-zoom in nyo yan, ganyan ang itsura ng point niyan. Okay? Meron talagang ball dito. Kasi, ang sabi nitong may gawa, the ballpoint pen na ganito is ang tawag dito is patented by John J. Loud. Tapos ang sabi niya kailangan magkaroon ng way wherein the tip of the pen should be able to gather ink and write at the same time. Kaya po nagkaroon ng idea sa ballpoint pen. Etong bunganga nito kung saan nakalagay ang ball is enough to hold the ball, pero hindi dapat dapat nagro-roll pa rin yung ball. Okay? So, hawak na itong gilid na to, itong tinuturo ko, yung ball dito sa gitna, pero hindi po sobrang higpit na hindi na siya makaikot. So, what it does is, kung nandito yung part ng ink reservoir, it gathers ink dito sa side na to ng ball pen. And then, ayan, lahat ng dito, half. And then, ginagamit naman dito as we write the letters, the lines sa mga papers. Okay? The spear size, ito, vary usually from 0.5 mm to 1.2 mm. And yung ballpoint na yon is made of brass, steel, or tungsten carbide, or any durable material. Kailangan kasi hindi siya nagde-dent or madaling makupi. Pag yan nakupi, nag-malfunction na po ang pagsulat ng mga ballpoint pen. Next, fiber tip pens. Okay? Ito yung mga marker pen, marking pen, fill tip pen, flow or marker ang tawag. Meron na itong sariling ink source. Kumbaga, meron din po siyang ink reservoir. The tip is made of porous pressed fiber. So, itong part po na to na dulo, no, those are fiber, tawag dito, those are strands of fiber na pig-pressed or ibig sabihin pig-compress siya para ilagay dyan sa dulo. And, yan, tawag dito, light trivia. Until the early 1990s, the most common solvent that were used for the ink were toluene and xylene. Ito pong mga ano na to, chemicals na to is very strong and harmful kapag nai-inhale. Pero ginagamit sila dahil wala pa namang bagong nadidiscovering about sa ink. So ginagamit si toluene and xylene para sa mga ganitong klaseng pen, okay, fiber tip pen. Today, inks are usually alcohol-based. Now, ngayon po, yung mga ginagamit is alcohol-based. Kaya nga medyo matapang pa rin yung amoy, pero hindi na siya harmful sa ano natin, respiratory natin. It dries quickly, therefore doesn't smudge or fade ang mga fiber tip pen. So, it guarantees na hindi may smudge yung sulat. And can be used to overlay colors. Ito, ang ibig sabihin nito is, this kind of pens, no, kahit maglagay ka ng kulay and then patungan mo ng another kulay, no, depende sa opaque na kulay nito or sa opacity ng kulay, pwede pong matabunan or mag-overlay yung kulay. Okay? Parang kahit dito, pinipicture din yun sa ano, sa mga ganitong klaseng tawag dito. Ganitong klaseng mga technological advancement. Ayan, okay? As you can see, na-overlay or napapatungan po yung black pen na sinulat ko kanina. So, yan. Yun po yung ibig sabihin ng overlay colors. So, ano pa? Pencil, traditionally known as lead pencil. Okay, again, light trivia po. It is called or traditionally known as lead pencil. However, the middle part of the pen is not composed of lead. Hindi po pwede kasi pwedeng magkaroon ng lead poisoning lalo na sa mga mahilig ngumuya eh. So as far as I know, it is toxic to some level. Instead, ang nakalagay po dyan sa gitna, itong gray na to, itong gray na yan na nasa gitna nito is a graphite powder mixed with a clay binder. Okay? Graphite powder siya mixed with a clay binder para po maging matigas siya at malagay dyan sa gitna. So, ayan nga, powder na hinaruan ng clay binder para magdikit-dikit. And then, ang silbi lang naman na itong outer casing niya is to protect the inside from breaking at para hindi rin masulatan yung hands ng user. Okay, that is the sole purpose of the outer layer nito, the case. Ito ho, ano lang naman to, itong part na to, the one I'm pointing at, is the one that holds the eraser, which is this one. This is the eraser. Okay? Itong metal na part na to, para lang naman talaga yan, maidagdag or mahawakan yung eraser sa likod. So, ano pa? Okay, that would be all para sa writing instrument sa QDE. Okay, pero now, in question document examination, kasama sa mga writing instrument natin na tukoy, is lalo na itong advancement na nangyari, nakapasok na po dito si typewriters and then si printers, kasama na po yan sa mga klase ng writing instrument na inaaral at dapat aralin ng mga question document examiner. Okay, please answer the corresponding questions for this video lecture. Thank you very much.